Hello, and welcome to the latest episode of Pugsley Crew Reviews. It's a podcast dedicated to talk about films. And by films, I mean any films, whether they're good, bad, anything in between. We'll give them a watch. We don't mind. Well, we might mind, but it's a bit tough shit, really, isn't it? Today we have Hypes with us. I believe this is the first time on this podcast, isn't it, Hypes?
Yeah, I think it might be, yeah.
How you doing, dude?
Oh, I'm alright, thanks. You?
Yeah, not bad. You been up to much?
Not too much. Work. Hacking my 3DS. Or re-hacking it. Playing Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon is good fun. Like, I've been playing a bit of Pokemon. I've been playing Platinum. Like, I've got the DLC of Violet to finish. I've only just started the first one, and I've got like, I finished Black, I thought White, but never finished Black. I've never even played Black, White 2, so I want to play them. No. And it's just too many games, man. Too much to do, and nowhere near enough time. Yeah, I actually got a data for Yellow on my DS. I bought it way back, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll jump on that. I was playing it a bit, and I was like, oh, I've literally got 3 Pokemon or something like that. 5, I think. So I wasn't getting very far into it when I was playing it. Oh well.
Too many games. Too many games. Too many TV programs. Too many films.
Too many books. Too many comics. Too many fucking manga. Too much everything.
Who reads books these days? Yeah. No, indeed. We need more time. More time in the day.
I suppose the quickest way to get through a book is to just listen to an audio book. That way, then you can do it while pooping and stuff.
Yeah, and then or drive. Yeah,
I don't drive.
Audiobooks on my commute, but I'm just rewinding constantly. I was like, well, hang on. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to that. I was paying attention to the road.
Yeah.
Rewind 5 minutes. What's going on? Like, do I do that with books? What did I just read? Go 2 pages.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense, man.
Why? Visual media is better for me, I think.
So today we are going to be talking about a film called Strange Darling. It is a very recent film, 2023, I think. Well, that's the information I've got, anyway, 2023. And you chose the film. Is there any particular reason why you picked this film?
Well, I thought I'd go for a horror film because 'tis the season, as they say. And I just sort of Googled good new horror films, and it came up with this. And what was the other one? The most recent M. Night Shyamalan film. And so I thought I'd go for this one.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
There we are.
Well, I wouldn't particularly class this as a horror film from what I saw there. It is a bit of a strange one. Like, it says at the beginning it's based on a true story. Is that actually true, or is it just something they pull out?
No, it's a this is based on a true story. It's not based on a true story. Yeah. Just there for added flavour.
Nah.
I think, but
yeah.
I mean, imagine if it was.
It would be pretty cool.
Yeah. No.
Well, not pretty cool for all the people who got shot and stuff, but it would be pretty cool. But yeah, the basic the premise of this film is there's a killer killing people, and 2 people hook up, and the girl's like saying to the guy, "Oh, are you some kind of serial killer?" Because that's her voice now. And she.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the premise. Yeah, well, we probably will spoil it, so make sure you actually watch the film before you listen to the podcast, or you might have things ruined. And as we've told you that, it's your fault.
So,
if it gets ruined.
what did you think?
Well, I actually quite enjoyed it. I quite enjoyed it. I must be honest. I thought it was rather entertaining. I will say though, when I was watching it, it got to a certain point, and I was like, "Why is it doing the chapters the way it's doing it?" And then I was like, now I see why they've done the chapters the way they're doing it. Because then you find out, like in a story, usually it goes forward, and you things get revealed as it goes along. But in this, because it jumps backwards and forwards, the reveal, it would happen much earlier in the film. If it didn't, and it wouldn't quite have the same impact as it does.
Yeah, so it's in the what we'll call the Tarantino, even though obviously people did it before him, out of sequence film, 6 chapters
and an epilogue
played out of order.
Yeah.
And an epilogue. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't remember what it starts at. 5, 5, 3, 1, 4, 2, 6 or something.
Yeah, it's strange.
But yeah. So it opens up on the lady, Willa Fitzgerald, being chased. It's initially her running across a field, isn't it? I think that's what you very first see, and then you sort of see her being chased by a car, the old classic, car chase, hunting you down, classic trope in cinema. But yeah, she's being chased in a car, and then there's a crash, and I don't know if it then switches to another one of the chapters. It does. It's all that sequence, and you think.
Yeah, I think it goes back to the beginning, to where they first start hooking up, and they start like getting weird in the bedroom.
It's a bit of the old, what is it, BDSM? That's stuff, isn't it?
Yeah,
she's into strange things.
Yeah,
might say.
I did find it funny though, because it shows her running away and stuff, and as this going, Love Hurts is playing. I think that's what the song's called, and it's I think it's an Aerosmith song, but obviously it's not the Aerosmith song, is it? It's just a cover, it's like
much older than Aerosmith. Yeah,
I've only heard that version until this film. Put it that way. I'm not that old.
Use of music is quite good. I did like that little hook. Love hurts, love scars. Yeah, so that was good. I enjoyed how it looked and how it sounded.
Yeah. But one thing I liked is it does the chase sequence, and then it skips back to the beginning. Then it goes back to where she's running away after the car accident. And it shows her sitting down, pouring like alcohol on her head because she got shot in the head. Kind of. And she stops and she... Yeah, it's what you do now. and she's sitting there having a cigarette, and I'm like, why would the fuck when you're on a run from something?
The same. We were watching this. It's like she's gonna go up in flames. Yeah. Vodka. Yeah. Oh, you're hiding from a guy who's chasing you with a gun. Well, I wouldn't pour vodka in your ear. That's gonna make you.
Yeah. It is hilarious. Like, I understand the whole put something on it to kind of disinfect it and what have you. I understand that, but to sit down and just like, yeah, I'll just smoke a cigarette. It's like,
yeah, and smoke a cigarette, and all the smoke will go out, and reveal my location. It's like, you're not thinking straight. I mean, admittedly, you're missing your ear, but things I'd do if I'd been chased. Then she ran across the field after being chased and encounters the wonderful mountain people.
Which is just hippies. They're just old hippies, man.
Yeah, actually, we're not mountain people. It's hippies. We're not hippies. We're doomsdayers or whatever they were. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not just hippies. Yeah. We're doomsdayers.
What was
that
well. About? Just in their little hut with a recording playing out on all the speakers. That was just a bit weird.
Yeah, that was. It was like, hey, this is Sasquatch season. Stay out the forest. I think that's what it was saying. Something like that.
Oh yeah, they did start. Yeah, was it? You sure? You sure it's a man chasing you, not Sasquatch? Yes, very much so. I am excited to try out competitive puzzling.
Yeah,
that,
that's
and also competitive puzzling and their breakfast. Oh wow.
the breakfast to me looked fucking quite nasty. The amount of fucking what looked like fat, like big block of lard in each frying pan is like,
the butter,
what?
Yeah.
Is butter? Was it butter? Fucking lard?
So much butter with the egg, and they got a big knob of butter on it as well.
I know. I was just like,
sausages, loads of eggs.
I think a little less butter and I'd eat it.
Syrup, cream. Yeah, that's what sent it over the edge. Just a bit too much butter. Yeah, they were quite weird. And then, yeah, obviously,
well, yeah,
you see
the man dies
after that first.
No, you see the man's dead, and then it goes back a bit again.
Dead, and you're like, oh, how's he dead? Presumably, the killers come and got to them, and then it flips back. So it does that obviously throughout the first 3 chapters that it shows. Sort of, oh, how did this happen? What's happening next? How did this happen? What's happening next? How did this happen? What's happening next? Which I quite like. I'm a fan of a film sort of told out of sequence.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've got your Tarantino's, your Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, but also what is there? Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yeah,
Prestige,
that's really good. The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
It gives time for a good twist as well, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it sort of keeps you. I think it's good for keeping you intrigued and engaged in the film.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole start. Sometimes you can be like, oh, I'm really feeling this film. But I think when it does that, it's got you. And then you sort of know how each bit.
Yeah, it kind of helps as well, because if it goes straight into something where something interesting is happening, and then it kind of goes back to reveal how it got there, as well as revealing more interesting bits all out of sequence, it can keep you more engaged. Like, it doesn't work for everything. Like that film I watched for the podcast, I can't remember what it was called. It got Tom Hanks in it, Halle Berry, and that was like 3 hours long, and I watched it for this podcast, and I thought it was boring as fuck. But that was the same thing, but from the sounds of the book is very different, where it goes forward in time and then back or something.
The fountain or something.
The what?
Is that what it was? Is that the fountain? Or was the tree of life or Cloud Atlas?
Cloud Atlas. Like that, Cloud Atlas, yeah, that's the fucker. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Didn't like that. And it was on for 3 hours, I think, so
it gets to 3 hours, it's really got to keep you engaged.
Exactly.
That's also what I liked about this.
It does.
90 minutes. Nice. Films are too long these days.
Yeah, I don't mind a long film if it keeps you engaged. Like, don't get me wrong, there were some bits of Cloud Atlas that was nice, like the boobies. The boobies were nice, but only joking. It was quite boring. But this, on the other hand, I really enjoyed.
Did you pick up any bedroom tips or anything, Peds, in this?
Yeah, I'm going to strangle the missus every time I go to bed.
Disclaimer.
I'm not actually going to do that.
I would also not suggest don't use ketamine.
No. One thing I like, though, is do you know when the woman hid, right, in the freezer? You don't know that she hid in the freezer until, like, the guy is looking round for her, and then you see loads of, like, frozen fucking meat on the floor, and it's like, well, she's in a freezer. Like, if you're going to hide in a freezer, put meat somewhere else.
Sure. Sort of change between chapters. That was a bit I didn't quite get. I thought it showed him coming to the freezer, shooting the gun at the freezer, and then opening it, and her screaming at him, or whatever, and out or whatever. But then when you went to the next chapter in sequence, 3 chapters later or whatever, she seemed to be asleep or out cold. So I'm not quite sure.
I'm not sure
if I missed a bit, or
I'm not sure if where he shot at him, she just fucking like freaked out, just fucking, I don't know, passed out or something. That's the only thing I can think of. The shock, like maybe the shock of being shot at with a shotgun in there was a bit much, but I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
that is one thing that we'll have to phone up the director about in a minute. I'm not phoning up the director.
How are you with all the sex and the gore heads?
Bring it on, I say.
Fine, utterly decent.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I was mostly the one bit that got me slightly was a bit, which I don't quite want to spoil, but there was blood in not a great way. And I was like, ooh, that's a bit nasty.
After the freezer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I get what you're saying. I think.
The bitey bit.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, hang on.
Yeah, it's a good film. I loved one bit where it's like this is very spoilery, is the guy turns out to, be a cop. And he gets people to come to help, and he's already dead by then. And she just pulls the kegs down a bit and starts screaming, he was going nuts on cocaine. And it's like, and then the other woman's like, oh, help me help her, like, and the guy's like, no, we need to follow protocol. And she's like, yeah, but if something happens to her,
spoiler.
Yeah, full on in. Yeah. And it's like,
full in spoilers.
I was laughing. I was laughing, and I said to the missus, like, it's funny because obviously she just like, oh, you attacked me kind of thing, and obviously you should give people the benefit of the doubt, but in that situation it turned out bad for him because she ended up killing a couple more people. Well, one.
So yeah, full spoilers. Turns out she's actually the killer.
Yeah.
And then it was the ending, and I thought, yeah, okay, she's tricked the cops, she can trick them, kill them, go off, end of film. I don't quite get why it really needed all the, right, I drive with, okay, now I've got a gun, you can go and run off, you can drive on a bit, and then I'll shoot you, and then I'll out the car, get into another car.
Think that it was, she didn't want to kill other women, even though she did. But she also said herself, sometimes I see demons instead of people. So I think she was basically nuts. So, like, she wasn't going to kill the cop when she's like, right, no, I'm not going to kill you because I don't want to. And then all of a sudden she, like, looks at the mirror at him and she's like, and then shoots him. So it's like, oh no, he is actually a demon. I'm going to shoot him, like, And then when she climbs into the final car, there's like a flash of like a demonish kind of look to it. So I'm not sure if
I thought she was going to kill herself then.
I thought that.
Yeah.
But I'm not, because it looked like she was looking at the wing mirror at her own reflection. So I'm not sure if she was going to shoot herself. But by the time she pulled the gun out, it's kind of like the other one was like, ah, shit. And then, or if it was like she was going to kill the other person, I just don't know. And I never will.
Yeah. She obviously shot everyone every time they tried to call the police or whatever. So that was
anytime the police was trying to get involved, she'd kill the person. She stabbed the old guy. She stabbed the woman in the shop. So, because they wanted to phone the police. But she's like, no cops. Had they not wanted to phone the police,
then she also just shot the mounted woman who ran towards the car.
Yeah, she shot the mounted woman who ran towards the car because she knew her. She knew it was her who killed her husband, wasn't it? Or boyfriend. It sounds weird saying that for like a 70-year-old couple.
You're going to end up shooting a lot of people after that bit. But yeah.
But she let the other cop run away. She's like, oh yeah, I don't want to kill you, go away, honey. Sarcastically said, like. But there you go.
You got me out of the handcuffed to the fridge and let me escape, so I'll let you escape.
Yeah, it seems that way, doesn't it?
Yeah. I should say.
I think there was a whole thing of, you know, the whole thing is oh no, there's demons, maybe, but I don't know. Maybe that was just a thing they come up with towards the end.
He goes on a bit of a rampage. She's obviously still a serial killer before this, isn't she? What? She's the red lady or something? I can't remember.
Electric lady, I think.
Electric lady, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's obviously carving that into him when he's out of his head on. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Well, the thing is she says, "Oh, I've never carved her into someone there." But she was doing stuff, and I think up to a point she's like, I know she's weird throughout the entire thing in the hotel, but at some point that flash happens, and that's where she's like, all right, I gotta kill the guy. That's how it seems. I'm not sure if that's how it is, but you know, who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? Because I don't know.
Fine line in wigs as well.
Yeah,
isn't she? Yeah. Wigs. But yeah, just how you sort of constantly call back to previous things. I mean, like right at the start, you sort of see him chasing her down and him sniffing his hand, obviously like taking drugs. And you're like, oh, why is he doing that? And then 5 chapters later, it's the bit before where you see, oh, he's taking cocaine to wake himself up because she's drugged him with ketamine.
Yeah.
Chasing down, yeah.
Well, when it starts, I know we said it started with the woman running and stuff, but there is a little bit before that where it starts with a car radio being played and it's on about like a serial killer. And then after that, it shows her and him talking in the car. I'm not sure if that's before or after the running sequence. And she says, "You're not a serial killer, are you?" And he's like, "No." And then it cuts to the bedroom where you see him strangling her, but like just from his elbows up, sort of.
Oh yeah.
So it gives the impression that he is actually a serial killer, like.
Yeah.
And then obviously he reveals that she's asking him to strangle her. You know?
It's very weird, but yeah.
Yeah, it is rather weird.
Uses those first 3 chapters out of sequence to build the idea that, you know, someone else is the serial killer when actually it's her.
Yeah.
You see all the killing in the other chapters.
Exactly.
Did you work it out, Peds?
I did say at some point, I think by the time the guy was dead, the old guy was dead, I was like, yeah, it's gotta be her doing it. But I'm clever like that. Yeah. I watch a lot of mystery stuff. I'm a nerd. Sometimes I just get lucky.
Yeah, I think perhaps it thinks it might be cleverer than it actually is. You know, I'd worked it out.
Yeah.
Before it explicitly told you, but not too far that I wasn't.
Yeah.
You know, well, I mean, you'd obviously believe it to be something else because of stereotypes and how it was played. So yeah.
I think it was done well. Yeah, you know, I think it. The main thing is it kept me entertained, and I thought it was interesting. And by the time it got to it's actually playing properly from like chapter 5, 6, and then the epilogue or whatever it is, yeah, I was hooked and like, what the fuck is going to happen next? How is this woman who's clearly crazy and likes murdering people going to continue to get away with what she's doing? And then she continues to get away with it by preying on other people's sensibilities, I guess. She's like using the fact that, oh, he tried to do something to me because there's a female cop there who would kind of have a understanding of the situation in a sense, I guess, of, oh no, like he's done something to her, we need to sort this out ourselves. Whereas the guy's more like, no, fuck that, let's do the whole protocol thing. And then comes around to the idea of helping her, because clearly shit have gone on, but obviously the shit that have gone on is not actually what had gone on.
Yeah. It all sort of deals with the issues of misogyny, isn't it? And your beliefs in what men can do and women can do, and then a bit with the police officers and her chained to the freezer, what actually believes going on, empathy and man's approach to no, we've got to sort things out. Yeah, it's a bit of sexual politics, say, in there as well. But a good film.
It is a good film. We're gonna wrap it up soon, if you'd like, and but I would like to hear your final thoughts on the film. And would you recommend it?
Yeah, final thoughts. I enjoyed it. It's probably 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. I'd probably
You got to
never watch
pick,
it again.
because sometimes a 7 is better than an 8.
That's true. That's true. And sometimes the greatest film of all time is worth a 5 or a 4. But yeah, no, it was a good film. Obviously, it's a bit and a bit sexual, not one to show your kids.
It is rated 18 in the UK, so
yeah, I do enjoy an out of sequence film. I enjoyed this. Nice 90 minutes. Good thriller. Not too much of an investment. I'd say watch it. I don't know if the director's done any other films, but
I have no idea. I think it was written and directed by the same person.
A good film and good acting by the woman, certainly, and the other guy as well. And some nice, interesting side characters as well.
Yeah, even if they're not very long. Yeah, I'd agree with you, man. I think it's definitely worth a watch. I enjoyed it. I'd agree 7, 8 out of 10, one of the two. It's hard to judge because I did actually rather enjoy it. The only disappointing thing right now is my missus in here to say, what did you think, love? And then she'll give me her opinion at the same time. She's in bed. I gotta go up and strangle her in a minute. And I'm not actually going to strangle her.
Yeah, go. Hang up for it. Wake her up and say, what did you think?
Nah, she'd fucking strangle me.
Scream at her. That's what she wants. Well, there you go. And that's the role reversal. See, the twist again.
Yeah, honestly, I recommend doing this, watching this. Yeah, don't do domestic violence. And if you are in a relationship where there's domestic violence or any sort of abuse, seek help. Genuinely. And I mean this, seek fucking help. Bit of a serious note there. But I think we're going to end here. I recommend the film. Please check it out. I'll be back hopefully in a fortnight. I can't guarantee that. But I should hopefully be back soon with another game podcast, which is Pez's Game Shack. But yeah, take care, everyone. Thank you for taking part, Hypes. It's been a pleasure chatting with you.
Just chatting with you as always.
That's good. That's good. You're not going to try to say, well, I fucking hate talking to you, but oh well. Bye, everyone. Thanks again, dude.
It's good to talk. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
What the fuck?
It's getting good!
Well, so do I.